Hello, I'm coming to you from my bedroom floor today because I just wanted to talk about, I think, the timeline of healing. For me, I've always been someone who tried to portray myself as always being okay, or like I would be burdening someone else if I was upset. Like it would be their problem, or they would find, sadness or any sort of negative feeling due to my struggle or my pain or whatever I was going through. And I think that I have come to realize more through this practice of trying to unwrite or undo this guilt or shame or almost like blame on myself for being upset, for being hurt, for being in a process of healing, because I felt like I was going to be a nuisance for someone else in my life. And so I would kind of push myself to rush through the process of healing. I would over-intellectualize my thoughts. I would read so many healing books that are just annotated. I'll show you. 1 second. Are we kidding? They've been helpful. They've been so helpful to, I guess, understand what I went through, but at the same time, it's girl, just feel your emotions. Let's sit in the uncomfortability for a second, because emotions and feelings only really get processed and healed through sitting in them. You can't think your way out of it as much as you want to, which I have definitely fallen victim to for most of my life. It's so hard not to. You just want to fix all this pain that you've been feeling. It sucks. So I think the main thing of sitting in that and not over intellectualizing, you can think a little. The books are great to a degree, but I was buying so many of them and I didn't need all of them. I will say that if you guys want any good book recommendations, this was one that really helped me. The Betrayal Bind, as you can see, it helped. It was thought-provoking. It's called The Betrayal Bind: How to Heal When the Person You Love the Most Hurts You the Most. It is mainly a book about betrayal in relationships, the trauma of betrayal, narcissism, stuff like that. Super fun. But I think it was a really good thing for me early on. I will also say that you have to be kind to yourself, and it's not a linear process with healing. I would find myself getting really upset with myself for still being upset, or feeling fine for a second, and then something brings up an emotion or a thought or a memory or a feeling that I just I didn't think would happen. It can even be the smallest thing that will bring up said memory or said thought. Literally the smallest thing. I'm trying to think of an example. like like when I accidentally spilled a cup of water in a restaurant. Like I was in In-N-Out, knocked over my cup of water, and tears. And it just like it. You have to be kind to yourself in these moments. It's really easy to beat yourself up. Be like, why am I so upset over the fact that I just knocked over a cup of water? Because it's not really about the water. Your brain associates all this stuff with like stuff you've gone through, and it's like your body feels like you're back in that place experiencing those things that reminded you or that the event reminded you of. That's a lot more having to do with like complex PTSD and PTSD, but I think that like even without those official diagnoses, that still plays and reigns true in a lot of people's lives. Just like we all experience trauma, I think, in some ways, and some people won't even quantify or qualify the things that they have gone through as trauma because they don't deem it as significant. But at the end of the day, I think anything that makes you feel upset and really hurt or puts you in a place of feeling these really deep, intense, uncomfortable, painful, very like dark feelings that you've gone through, like it is a form of trauma. Whether like even if you can't see it as a significant enough trauma in comparison to like an army veteran, it's still trauma, and your body still is feeling these feelings, and those feelings are valid. And I think that trying to compare your pain to someone else's pain, as seeing theirs as immeasurable compared to your own, is just invalidating yourself, and thereby preventing the process of feeling your emotions and processing those things and healing the best that you can. I think we all just need to be kinder with ourselves and more patient with ourselves and care about ourselves and our feelings more, because I think that there's so much guilt and shame around pain. And it's only when you're able to sit with yourself and realize that shame that you might not even know you have. Like I didn't even know how much shame I carried around like a lot of the events that happened in my life, even though like I was definitely like I shouldn't have. And I think like anyone who looked at it like point blank would kind of realize that, but I still carried it whether I knew it or not at the moment. So let's all be kind to ourselves and patient, and I appreciate you for listening, and I hope you have a good week.